Is this going to be a busy couple of weeks for you in terms of recruiting also?
Well, yeah, this has been a tough. I wish we could get. There's some things that go on. I had it. We don't. We didn't know till Sunday night exactly where we're gonna. Where we're coming, who we're gonna play. Monday I had to go to New York because we've had two of our former players were being honored at the Hall of Fame. Kurt Warner went in the Hall of Fame, and Jimmy Weaver, who's the athletic director of Virginia Tech, was being honored as the athletic director of the year. So I went to New York, and then that took Monday and Tuesday. Came back yesterday, and next week we have final exams. So we got to get some practice in. In fact, we're going to hustle out of here as fast as I can get out of here so I can get back up for practice. We start a practice session at 4 o'clock this afternoon, and we'll practice for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and then with final exams coming up, we won't practice again until we come back down south. And the recruiting goes on with it. I would like to practice another day or two this week, but most of my coaches are out on the road right now trying to get in homes and hang on to the recruits we have and see if we can entice one or two other kids to come to Penn State.
Coach, you already have 10 victories this season. Do you characterize this year as a successful season?
Well, yeah, I think we had. I think we had a bunch of kids that worked hard. They were fun to coach, and that. I don't know whether I did a good enough job in a couple of games. We lost to two good football teams, solid football teams. And I don't think I did a particularly good job against either Iowa or Ohio State. And that's not to take anything away from either one of those football teams because they played really well against us. But we played them at home, and they beat us. Both of them beat us at home. But if you can have a good team and go to a bowl game such as this one and play the quality football team like LSU, I think that's a good season.
Coach, where does Darrell Clark rank in terms of the quarterbacks you've had and coached?
Well, I don't like to do that. People ask me who's the best football player you coach, which is the best running back, did this. Darrell Clark is a fine quarterback, a strong leader, and he's got a lot of ability. Whether I would tell you he's better than Todd Blackledge or better than Kerry Collins or anything, I don't like to do that. He's a fine quarterback, and we've been fortunate that we've had him. He's had 2 years where we won 11 games last year, and we have 10 won this year. So he's been a really good performer. And how does he rank? Where does he with the other ones? I don't like to get into that.
If I can just rephrase it, it seems like he's pretty underrated. When you talk about quarterbacks, people don't really mention him a lot. Why do you think that is?
Well, I think I agree with you. I think he is underrated. I would not disagree with that because I've said that to our own people. I said you guys haven't really given Darrell his credit for what he's done. But I think there were so many quarterbacks that have been on the scene longer than he has. The kid at Florida, kid at Texas. There's a whole bunch of kids that have really had outstanding years and have been maybe a little bit more spectacular in some of the games that they were involved in. I think it's not a question that people don't appreciate how good he is. They just think that maybe some of the other guys are better. I don't know.
Any other questions? All right, Coach.
Hey, thanks for coming. Thanks, guys.